And ad agencies are looking at new ways to track the success of their campaigns. Instead of the traditional approach of surveying consumers about the effectiveness of their advertisements, agencies are now reading our minds. RT's Alex Mihailovich has the latest.
Let's face it, ad agencies have been trying to read our minds for a very long time. If you look at the 50s, 60s, 70s, remember subliminal messages, little flashes that would come between frames when you're watching a movie or a television commercial? Well, you probably don't remember it, but they were there sometimes, and guess what? They did not work. We know that that is just a technique that really did not dig into our brains. So in the 70s, they decided to, instead of digging into our brains, to find out what our brains were doing when we're looking from the inside out instead of the other way around. And eye movement was a big thing. Well, now we have technology that catches eye movement in the milliseconds and all kinds of other technology to monitor what is basically catching our attention. So in the millisecond, they can see what your eye's looking at in the ad and what is really effective in getting the message across to you. Also, computer mapping of faces. So they're seeing when you're squinting, or when you're angry, when you're happy, what's doing what in, let's say, just the length of a 30-second television commercial. They'll know what's the most effective part of it. If it's, for example, an allergy commercial, is it the part that somebody's actually coughing and sneezing and has the allergy, or is it when they're feeling happy after taking the medication? What is motivating you to buy that medication? That is what they are trying to find. Also, they're using EEGs to just basically monitor brain activity. They're trying to see when we're perspiring. They want to know how our body and how our mind is affected by television commercials. Now, going into the bigger picture, the question is also timing. So let's say, for example, if you're really tired, supposedly television or any type of advertising works better for you at that time. That's when you're more susceptible to it. 40%, they're saying, is an increase in the effectiveness of ads is when you're happy. But the bottom line, a very unscientific bottom line, comes down to trust. That is the credibility of an ad or who's actually sending that ad out. We have a survey here. This is a survey of online consumers' most influential forms of advertising. Number one, recommendations for people you know, because you trust them. Two, consumer opinions posted online, because it's individuals telling you what they believe or think of a product. Ads on TV. TV's been around forever. Branded website. It's a website with a name. And of course, ads in newspapers. These are all tried and trusted ways of getting messages to you. And even after all this technology is out there, it seems to work the best. I'm not talking about what it is or what seems to work the best. It's just bottom line, trust.